This is part 2 of my Goodwill flip trip that I am calling this series or section. So I wanted to show you what I do when I go to Goodwill and kind of my process for after the fact. And I wanted to tell you, I honestly use my phone for everything. I get online, but it's kind of after the fact. So I make money from my phone and I could totally do everything from my phone 90%. I'm going to pull up the apps that I use, which the first thing that I want to do is inventory. I want to check in my inventory, so I'm going to want to scan things in. But since I don't want to type all that work, and I know I'm not listing anything on Amazon because we've already checked and things are either restricted or we can only list them used, or the other thing is a lot of the items that I got are actually going for more money on eBay than they do on Amazon. What I want to show you is what I kind of do in this process. So what I do, the first thing is we're going to scan this Vegas Golf Edition. And this is in really no particular order at this point. But I'm not going to scan the Goodwill tag. That actually picks up the UPC code. So the Vegas Golf VIP Edition, I can see it's going for anywhere from $43.95, and again, you want to make sure these are brand new, but it looks like all of these are new. And there's not really that many of these, but $44.70, $29.95, $39.99. Honestly, I would actually list mine at the top of the top, and you could even filter and just see if anyone did buy these already in this buy it now. We can do sold items, and we can also do make sure the condition was new. There was 3. So it says people have paid $25.99, $21, $23, and again, I only paid $1.99 for these. So with shipping in probably a flat bubble mailer envelope, this will cost me all in maybe $5 or $6. And then with eBay fees, maybe another couple bucks. I'm still going to make a minimum of $10 on this item. But I have a feeling that I can sell this for more money because it looks like one of these sell a month. And we're in a prime season for people to be traveling to Vegas and thinking that's cool. So, let me go back on this again. I'm going to list mine, honestly, I'm going to list mine at a higher price. But let's just go into how I would list this really quick, like how I would go through this. So the first thing I want to do is probably look at what's coming up at the top. So it says Vegas Golf VIP Edition 19. These look about the same. So those, I don't want to use sponsored. I want to use whichever one's coming up at the top, which is probably the $37.69. So we're just going to use that name. So I just want to copy this name. And then I want to go to selling. And I want to say list an item. And I'm going to go to scan. We're going to scan the item. We're going to do create new listing. Take note, it says color is multicolor on here, and also VG 132 is the model. But we'll see in here what comes up. So we're going to do create new listing, new. And then we are going to change the title to the title that we copied. Brand specific. So it looks like it picks up some brand specifics. The brand, I don't know. I guess it's Vegas Golf Edition. Buyers need these specifics. The only thing I know is Vegas Golf. But you can look at the other items that are listed on eBay to see what they list theirs as. So this is brand, but we can do Vegas. I don't really know what the brand would be. Number one, Vegas Golf. That's the only Vegas Golf VIP edition. I don't know. Vegas. Actually, let's see if we can leave that blank or put, it says required. But we'll see. Let's see if we can make sure the UPC's in here. That's really important, and maybe that'll pull up some information. So I'm going to scan that. We're going to say done. And we're going to see if that pulls up enough. Additional specifics are required. So they want us to say something else. The only other thing, this said VIP edition. Color, they put multicolor. Maybe that? No. So the only thing I would do is maybe look at the brand that the other people put theirs under real quick because I want to know. So let's just go under this one and let's see what the brand is that they're listing theirs under. Brand is Vegas Golf. So that's what I was thinking was Vegas Golf. And they're listing the MPN as VGP, VIP. Okay, so those are really important things. So selling, we're going to go back into our drafts, which is down here under the selling. We are going to make sure that we add this information in. So that's what I was thinking was Vegas. VIP, or what do we say? Golf. Golf. So we're going to add that. And then we are going, they had an MPN. I think they put VGV. And you really want to make sure that that's exactly what they put. That didn't stay. V G V I P add done. So we'll just leave that at that. You really don't want to get too specific because then they may not find you. Add as music golf type, item weight, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna leave that description. I always take this. I don't know why eBay puts this on ships with standard shipping. I just put condition is new. I leave that in there. I say done. The pricing, I'm not doing an auction. I'm going to price this. I'm just going to put this at the highest that I think I might could sell it at and just see because I don't charge for shipping. So I think I might could get $49.99, but who knows. Easy pricing is off. Offers, no. I might do offers later on, but we'll see. But that's all that I want now. And you're going to look at your prices every day whenever you're listing items. So, the other thing is delivery, free for buyer, standard shipping. So, this is all set up for me already. The shipping cost is free for buyer, global shipping program, standard shipping. I have all of that already set up. My payments are managed by eBay, 2-day shipping. No returns, require immediate payment. So all of this looks good. The only thing I don't have is a picture. And the catchy thing is I do not have a whiteboard with me. So I'm going to have to do this a little different. What can I do? There's a pillow. I have to take a picture of this game so I can list this. So let's see what we can do to take a picture of this game. Honestly, we need a white background, but technically you could borrow the picture from somewhere else if you really need to because it's a pretty common game. And I really don't think that anyone is going to say anything. So let's just go over to Amazon. Instead of getting it on eBay, let's just get it on Amazon. I'm not saying that you should do this all the time, but if it's a really common game like this, I might go over to Amazon and just look at this picture. I don't feel like this picture shows enough. because I would add this to my photos. Let me see. Add to photos. Something popped up a second ago. And you could even look this up online too. So if you really wanted to look this up on the internet, you could find, let me see if I can get this. Vegas Golf VIP edition. I would say go over to like images and just see if you can find something. And you can even do filters and look for usage rights. And you would want to look for probably like Creative Commons licenses, maybe commercial and other. But honestly, for something that's really mass marketed like this, I would just go look for a picture and probably borrow the picture if it was me. But since I'm trying to teach you the right way to do things, I would take a picture of this up against the background that is on here. Let me see. I want to take a picture in here. So I'm going to take a picture. See, I feel like that background is so dark. That background is way too dark. What can we put this against? The only thing I can think is the wall to prop this up against, since I don't have a really great setup. So let me see if I can prop this up against the wall. So I can put that up against the wall and we can see what happens. Oh, I want to take a picture of the back. Oh, and I want to make sure that I take the tag off of this as best as I can. I'm usually not trying to do this in a hurry. And I would just take the tag off of this, the Goodwill tag, and just leave the main barcode tag. So I want to take a picture of the back now. And I don't want to be in that. So honestly, this one I'm going to take. See, even that one's a reflection. That's not fun. So there's going to be a reflection in this one. Which I don't really like that, but it is what it is. So this one, we're just going to do just like this. Whoops. Not that one. We're going to see if, I was trying to make sure there's nothing back there. Crazy. I don't really like these pictures, see, so I would honestly, that's what I would do, is go get it from somewhere else. And honestly, if someone's looking for this, they already know what they're looking for. So I'm just going to use the one that I borrowed from Amazon. And that's probably the ones that I would list on eBay. And that's what we're going to do for now. So let's do add. Let's do the one that we borrowed from Amazon. Let's see if it'll let us. It may not. See, so it won't let us. So sometimes it won't. So that's why you have to take your own pictures. So we can try to upload. That's the same one. We're just going to have to do this one. And the best thing that we can do is try to add the background. But I just feel like people are going to see this picture of me in it. So I'm probably just going to leave that off just so I don't have to think about it, to be honest. So that's probably what I'm going to do, is just leave the front one on there, and maybe I'll add the other one later if I see that it's not selling. But list your item, Okay, everything looks good in here. So now I'm just gonna might do preview just in case I want to see it. I think this looks good. I could do the white background around it, but I really don't care. It says a $50 value, only $29.95. I think that's on the inside of this package. And I kind of wonder if other people said that, but yeah. So I would still list mine for more. I don't really care. Okay, so then I would just, you can go down here to just say list your item, and I would list my item. And I would leave it at make sure your item gets sold with easy pricing, maybe next time. Success, done. And then you just want to make sure that your item is actually listed. So you can go, I had 16 active before, so now I should have 17. So the other thing I want to do is make sure that I go over here and add this item into my inventory. And that should be scanned in, the barcode's in, we want to put the description in, and we want to add in one other thing. We want to put our storage in there. I like to put in that I got it at Goodwill, and I like to put in that my price is $1.99. That way later on, whenever I need to update the pricing, I know, okay, I only paid $2 for this product, so if I ended up having to sell this for, I don't know, 20 bucks or $10, I wouldn't be upset. So that's the first thing. And I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. I just wanted you to know kind of like the process. So even though I wasn't listing it on Amazon, I was going to borrow their pictures. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to go search for the next item. So the next item is this deluxe tri-ominos. So the first thing that I'm going to do is search for the item with the little search thing, search camera. I already know that it was going for a reasonable price, $22. That's brand new, plus $11 shipping. So that's gonna put us at what, $33.10. Another $18.90 plus 10 puts us around $30. So these are selling for around $30 new. And there's really not that many available. And you can even filter it and make sure that your condition is new. And you can see there's only 3. So that's the other thing, is since you know the product is really expensive on here already, you could sell it for more money. Because as soon as these sell out, yours is going to sell. So I'm just curious what this sells on Amazon for. Even though I probably already checked, I just like to look again. $57.99. Wow. And then there's another one on Amazon for $29.95, $35, $39. So these go for different prices, and you could even look this up on the internet just to see what it goes for. But the first thing I want to do is make sure I get this name, new open box. Okay, ours is not open box, so that's new open box. Ours is not. Ours is brand new, and they're selling it for less money. So I would actually probably sell mine for something like $39.99. They were selling theirs for $59. Let me borrow this name so that we have the actual I'm going to use this one because I just feel like it looks like the nicest one. And I really feel like all of them will, $442 versus $419. Which one are we? We're $419. So the reason that it says this $419 is because of this number that I'm seeing right here. $44.19. That's where that number's coming from. So he's selling this, or she, whoever this is, $18.90. So $18.90 plus, they're trying to sell this for $29. And they have, several pictures in here. But I just feel like this is open and mine's covered in plastic. So if theirs is new, game pieces are sealed in plastic, never played with. The tin has some rust spots. And see, mine has nothing like that. So I honestly would probably list mine for $39.99 or $49.99 and then wait to see what happens. If the buy box on Amazon is $57.99, I honestly might just list mine on eBay. And it might be a month, but I would probably list mine. If I wanted to sell it immediately, I would list it closer to these items. But the thing is, people read those descriptions, and if the highest item is going for, the top one says new open box. The second one, when we read the description, says rust stains on the box, but it's new pieces, which is strange to me. And then the last one is a different number of tri-dominoes. So it's 4442. 4442. Ours is 4419. So the other thing I'll look at is on this Amazon one, I would look to see what the number is, just to see if they told you the number on it, and I don't really see that. So I don't really think the number makes a difference. 5545. I don't know. I might just go for like $49.99 just to see. Only because I know that we have really one of the top ones on here. These people have 8 available, and that's why they're willing to sell them for less money. I'm going to go wild here, and I'm going to list this for what Amazon says the buy box price is, $57.99. I know that's on Amazon. I get it. And really, the other best thing that you can do is, I want to see, did I copy that? No, I don't know. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, so the other thing that we want to do is first make sure we put this in our inventory. And paste and done and edit, and we add one, and we add our supplier, and we put Goodwill, and we're going to put that we paid 99 cents for that. Done. Done. Out. Okay, so before we move on, let's check the internet. I'm just curious what the internet says about these dominoes. So ours, see, Amazon even comes up. The top one is $57.99, and then eBay, the top one is coming up for $22.87. And I just feel like if we did, ours is not that one. So we need to go get the other name because we copied the wrong name. We're going to copy this name, and we're going to go list this with that name because I don't want to list this with the wrong name. And that will take us a second, but that's done. Okay, so now we know that we have the right name. So let's go to selling. Let's go list this item on eBay. So I'm going to go to selling. I'm going to go to list an item. I'm going to scan the barcode. I'm going to go to create a new listing, new. I'm going to change the title to the title that I just came up with. The item specifics kind of populate because of the title, but I want to go into those, and I really want to make sure that I add this UPC in. And then you can add all kinds of specifics in here. I'm actually just going to leave it as basic as I can. I told you this description always says and ships with standard shipping. I always change this. And, I mean, you could even put ships free if you wanted to put that in there, but I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to change the pricing. We're going to list this. I think Amazon was $57.99. So we're going to list this at that price. I know that sounds crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised at what this could sell for. So we're going to list the price. No other things need to be changed. Done. And we are just going to check everything else, make sure everything else looks good. And the only other thing we need to do is make sure that we add in photos. And again, the thing that I want to do is make sure that I take off these tags from Goodwill. And you want to be as gentle as you can. Like when I take the tag out, I try to hold down this plastic so that it doesn't rip. You do not want any of your packaging to get ripped. And I told you I'll like breathe on it to get it hot enough to come off. So now I know what my prices are from Goodwill because I have those stored away. And since I'm going to take these pictures, I try to make this look halfway nice. And I'm just going to take a picture of this just like I did the other thing. So this one, I'm going to put it up on this. Let's see. We're going to add a photo. We're going to do the tri-dominoes again. I'm going to take a picture of the front, and then again, you could, if it's not going to reflect, you could take a picture like this, and you could take a picture of the back or the side if you want. You could take a picture of the side if you really wanted to. You could take a picture of the back, but I would take a picture of the back the right way. Instead of the other way. But actually, I would probably take it that way. Okay, so we're going to say done. And I honestly would just go into the picture and just see if I could make the picture any better. Especially since we're doing this on a different kind of background. I didn't realize that I kind of cut that photo off. So let me make sure I delete that one. Okay, so we have this photo, which we could try to make it better if we wanted to try to remove the background around this. We could reverse that and just X out of that, go back. Oh, don't apply. We could go into this. We could just say continue, and we could frame this ourselves. Whoops, I want to add that back. So I'm going to cut this out myself instead of letting them cut it out for me. I would just cut out the item. So I'm just changing the brush at the bottom. And I could, if I really cared, do this, okay? I really don't care because I think somebody will buy it regardless of what my photo looks like. But this is what you could do if you really didn't have a white background. I don't have one here with me right now. I could probably figure something out, like put it up against the wall like I was doing. But honestly, I would just, clean this up a little bit and see how nice you can make this if you really want to. This is what it would look like to someone else, would be a lot cleaner. I don't care about making this look like that, so I'm really just gonna say don't apply. And the only other thing you could do is like, brighten it up if it makes sense. But I don't really feel like that looks any better. So I'm just going to say done and leave the photo like that. And I'm just going to leave these all like this. The only one that you might want to do would be this one. But honestly, I might just cropped it like this so it looks better for people. And then I would get rid of this main photo, potentially. Just because I think it brings a lot of noise. But you know what? We'll just leave it because I think that it looks more unique than anyone else's. So we're going to leave that. We can always change pictures later. Everything in here pretty much looks good. There's nothing that I would really change as long as I have my UPC and the item specifics. You can always update this later. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to make sure and just take a quick preview of my item. Just say, okay, that looks good. $57.99 free shipping. Shipping, seller does not accept returns. Okay, cool. We're just going to list the item. And I would just list it and then I would move on to my next item. So that's what I would honestly do. So we did the golf game. We did the dominoes. So the next thing is to do this. We'll say maybe next time. Done. Okay. The next thing to do is this 3D Connect 4. I already know that this item goes for Hello Money. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to eBay. We're going to search eBay. We're going to go to the camera. We're going to search with the camera. And what I want to do is actually go get this listing right here, but I want to go online because I already know I searched this earlier. Whoops. I searched this earlier and I already know where this game is at. So I want to go to their website and I'm just going to borrow their picture. I know that sounds horrible, but there's no other way to get to know what this game looks like other than borrowing this picture. So I would probably just do something like this and just see if it'll work for eBay. It may not, but we're going to find out. So the first thing that we're going to do is list this item according to what we're seeing. So we only see 2 of these. The crazy thing is that their price online is $59.99. I didn't see it on Amazon anywhere. And eBay's really the only other place to find it. And the other thing is this person probably only has 1 of these. So I'm going to list mine at the highest price, which is $59.99 from this 3D Connect 4. That's what it's called, is 3D Connect 4 wooden game. So we're going to go to selling. We're going to go to list an item. We're going to scan this. We're going to notate that it says year 2014. I don't really care. We're just going to say new. We are going to change the title to this. And the only other thing I'm going to change, which normally I would tell you never touch the title, is I just want to make that D a tall D. A big D. Capitalized D. Okay, we're going to make sure that we add the UPC in here. And that is populated. And then the brand is this Samaya Ondale, whatever that is. So we will probably just want to make sure that we add that in there. And the only other thing that I might add in here is I would see if it asks me to do anything. So this I think is fine. So I'm going to leave this. Electronic games. This is not electronic games. So I don't like that. Contemporary toys and hobbies, puzzles, contemporary puzzles. It's not an electronic game. I don't think, anyways. But we are going to put this under contemporary 3D puzzles because this is not an electronic game. So I don't know why there's this listed that way or why it populates that way. So we're going to change that. I'm going to change the description. I'm going to take out shipped with standard shipping. We're just going to leave that. I'm going to change the pricing. I told you we're going to get wild. We're going to go with $59.99 on here. And not auction, sorry. $59.99 we're going to do as the price. And then delivery is all the same. Preferences is all the same. So there's nothing I would really add other than my photos. So if I wanted to add a photo, first I would add this photo and hope it takes it. Add as main photo. Yes. And then the other photo I would add is this photo. Only because there's really not much else to add. So I would just leave that as is. You know, before you mail this out, you definitely want to make sure that you take off this labeling. But really, you just want to show that the package is sealed. So that's all that we're really doing, is showing the package is sealed. And honestly, you could even take one more photo just to show, like, hey, the package is sealed. And that's what I would do. So I would add those in there. And then as soon as those are added, I would probably just say done. I would leave those as is. I don't see anything that I would really change other than game is new, sealed. Okay. Okay, and then I would just go to preview real quick, take a quick peeky, and see if everything looks good on the listing. The photo shows up twice. I honestly don't care. I would probably just leave it that way. And I would just leave this. Honestly, the better the photos, the better you can do. And I could maybe update these later on. So I want to make sure that I added this into my inventory. So let me make sure that I add that real quick. And then make sure that I add the supplier in. So I got this at Goodwill and I paid $3.99. So I'm going to add $3.99. Done. And then that's in there. I've got to take off this sticker, which I'll do shortly. And then the only other things that I have left, it's 2 items, but it's the same item. So I have to decide how I want to sell these. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to eBay. And I'm going to search for this item because honestly, did I list this item? Because I don't think I listed that. So make sure you list your item before you go on. And then maybe next time on the pricing, done. Okay, so we're going to search for this Belvita thing one more time. Let me make sure. Belvita. B-E-L Vita. And it's EF Remember, I'm looking this up, which is this model number here. So this says refrigerator. It should say refrigerator, but I feel like that says something wrong. Refrigerator. I feel like it should say refrigerator, which kind of makes me feel like this is potentially not real. I don't know. Maybe they spelled it wrong, or maybe that's... Actually, that could be a different language. I don't know, but we're just going to look it up anyways. Because some of the things on here are different language, but I don't know. Okay, so let's look up model number BL013. So I'm going to copy this. And there's another thing on here that says model LP. Let's just do the model number for now. Okay, so I see that there's some brand new items selling. And let me just sort by condition and new. Okay, all of them are new. Good. $29.99. And I like that this one says the PCS. So this one says open box, but it says all the things that this thing says. So it lists all those items. That's the one thing that I do like about this. But they're listing theirs for $6.49 plus $5.95 shipping. Somebody else is around $15. That's $10 for the item, and $5 for shipping. So I could sell these probably for $15 a piece. Some people are selling theirs for more. $16.99 plus $4.80. 18, so 16. I mean, there's all kinds of prices in here. I might even start at $24.99 or $29.99 just to see what someone's willing to pay, and then just start coming down from there. I might list two together instead of listing them one off, because I saw somebody listed two together, but I think their price was really cheap. So I'm going to see what they sold for. How about that? Let's just go to down here and show more. Let's go see what items sold for when we filter. $11.99, trending at $25.24 is what this thing is saying in this top box. If you saw that, it's trending. So I think if I was gonna use this, I would actually copy B1013. That's not in this one, but I just want to make sure. So that one we missed, but $25.50, $28.90. See, I knew this went for more money. That's 3 of them though. One of them went for $11.99. They're trending at $25.24. It depends how many. There's 3. We don't have 3. We only have 2. I think that we could sell these for around 15 plus. $9.95 somebody sold just one individually for. 2. Somebody sold 2 for $21.90 plus $2 shipping. So that's a potential option. I say that we see about selling. Why do we go out of that? Let me go back in that. I say that we take off these filters. We're going to not do recently ended. We're going to take that off. Newly listed. Actually just wanted to remove the filters. So we're going to reset and we're going to do new. That's all we care about, is just that the items are new. So we're going to look. We're going to say, okay, I would say that we could probably list these for $14.99, $19.99, maybe $24.99. I don't know. This one right here, one filter, brand new, $22.90 plus $24. I would honestly try to list this for $29.99 and then just come down as you kind of see where these other things start to price. This one right here, a 2-pack. I love these people's. It's a 2-pack. And theirs show that it's sealed. I honestly think that's a really good deal too. But I'm going to try to sell them one off instead of a lot of 2. You can always go back and change it. But the first thing I want to do is just get this title, and I'm just going to take off the 2-pack thing. So we're going to go to selling. We're going to go to list an item. We're going to go to keywords. We're not going to list under this. We're just going to go to water filter. We're going to create a new listing. We're going to say new. We're going to leave this as is. The only other thing, which I don't think you can fit anymore in this title, so we can't add anything else to this title. I would add something to the description about this other number on here that is a part number. So condition is new. I would take off this. I would maybe just say free shipping. And I would add this part number in here, which is ADQ 74793501. And I just want you to see where I'm getting that. It's just on the side. So it's this number right here where it says part number, and then these are in the title. But those are the model numbers. So you could honestly copy those numbers just so that it looks like these. And you could put those down in the model. So you could say model. And I would leave that first line exactly like it came. So I would paste these, and I would just list them out like this. And that's what I would honestly do. So then I would just say done. Additional specifics required, compatible model. So that's exactly what this was talking about. So compatible model. I don't know. Let's go look at somebody else's listing that was on eBay. So we're going to have to go to done, and we're going to have to look at somebody else's compatible model. But let's go ahead and list our item and get everything else in here so we can list this. We'll come down on this, but I'm going to list this at a really top price. Will probably come down to like $19.99 or $24. But right now, I'm just going to go shoot for the stars. And we'll see what it eventually sells at. So buy it now with free shipping, $29.99. I know that sounds wild, but we'll see what happens. Okay, everything else in here minus the pictures is the only thing. And if you want to take pictures, you're going to have to make sure that you pull these tickets off, but you want to make sure that you know the dollar amount that you spent on these items. So I would pull that off. Spend 99 cents on this, so it really doesn't matter what we listed at, it's money. And then I would just take pictures of the product overall, and then I honestly would probably take it out and take a picture of the top, but let's just take a picture of this overall. So we're going to do a top picture. And honestly, I don't want that to be the first picture. So let's do a different first picture. Let's make the first picture a picture of the water filter sealed. So let's do it like this. Maybe we do it like everybody else did theirs, and we just show that the item is actually sealed in the box. So we're going to do the part number, and we're going to do this Belvita item. And we're going to take a picture like that. So we just take a picture of everything, honestly. I would just flip this over and just take pictures of all the sides that really have information on them that matters. And we have pictures of all of that. There's nothing really that you'd want to do other than maybe put this in the top and show a picture of it in the top. So I might just want to show that it's never been opened, you know? But honestly, I don't want to do that because I feel like showing that it's brand new the way that it is better. So, we're going to leave that photo like that. The only thing we want to change, I don't want to change anything about the photos. I want to change the quantity that we have. But let me see where that can be quantity. So we have 2 of these. We're going to go down on the price eventually, but right now I'm just going to leave it at that. I can always look at it later. Compatible model. Okay, so before we can list this, it says that we need to do compatible model. Additional specifics are required. But I don't really know what this is for. Aqua Prima. I don't really know what this is for. I actually don't see it on here. It's for Belvita. Aqua Optima Evolve. Search above or select the values. So I really don't know. I'm not going to put that in here because I don't know. And I would rather just not put it in there and then add that later. But we can come back to that. The UPC, we don't have that. So let's say done. Let me add this to my drafts. So save for later. I'm going to go back to search. I'm just curious. I want to go into one of these that are up here. And I just want to see what their Kenmore. So this person says that the compatible model is Kenmore. Let's just check someone else's. This person may or may not have it. This one says nothing. I just want to click in here and see if I can get an idea of what other people are calling this compatible model BL. Okay, well that's good. We could do that. So compatible model. Let's go to selling. Let's go to our draft. And instead of compatible model, that's the model number. We're just going to put Belvita. And we can always change that later. Okay, so we're going to add that for now. I don't know what these other things are, but it's for, it looks like some kind of refrigerator. Either way, we're going to add the water filters in. We can always update this stuff later. I want to make sure all of this is in there. I don't have a UPC, but we have part numbers. And you can add those part numbers into the specifics. You just have to get in there and get really specific. But honestly, I would keep it a little bit vague. Because if you get too specific and people are actually searching eBay, like clicking all those little things in, and you have too many specifics in yours is going to get narrowed out in the filter. So you don't want to do that. So we're just going to say preview real quick. Take a little peeky, see what this looks like. $29.99. Okay, great. And then I would honestly just list my item and then wait and see what happens. So I could see if this sells. If not, I could add it and put both of them in there to be 2 instead of just 1. Oh, you know what I want to make sure is in the description, since I know that might have copied from my title, I want to make sure that that didn't say 2 in the description real quick. Because I borrowed that title from somewhere else. So, let's go down here, the description, quickly. Belvedere, refrigerator, water filters. Okay, cool. So, part number 1, 2 available. Okay, great. So this looks good. Now we know if we go to my eBay, we can see selling. I've got 20 active in here. And I can see what eBay recommends. It also will tell me things like send offers to people, missing recommendations, and things like that. So it'll give me recommendations. But honestly, that's all I do. The other thing, I just want to make sure that I put this in my in my account. Obviously, this doesn't scan anything, so we're going to manually add this. So we're not going to scan. We're going to hit the add button. We don't really need all that extra stuff, but that's what I was doing wrong. Okay, so I was adding the part that we had copied, but that's fine. So now it should say the Belvita. Okay, now it sells Belvita. Good. Not there. But if you go here and you search, okay, Belvita, it comes up. Good. Okay, so now I know I have all of my inventory in. I've listed all my items on eBay. I can go to selling and I can go to active and I can see the items that I have listed that we just added. I already have 3 views on one item, 2 views, 1 view, 1 view. So I already have item views on those. And I can look at all the items that I have up for sale. And I can make recommendations and go and edit them here. So if I wanted to edit the item, I'd probably just go to the 3 dots and then revise, share, sell, add volume, pricing, or in listing. So there's tons of options in here. And then you can go to your sold tab and see what went in here. That's really it. So I go to Goodwill, I bring these items home and sell them or list them really quick, get them in my inventory, take off all of these labels. Sometimes I take them off now so I can take pictures if I need to. If not, then I take them off when I actually mail the item so I know that they're clean. And then I told you real quick, I only paid $10 for these items at Goodwill. One more time. $10, okay? $10. And then there was one other item that was on the list, which was this bookmark thing, but it's just for my dad. So $1 for that. If you have questions, let me know. Put those in the Facebook group. So that's how I do a Goodwill trip flip, and I'll update you on what these things sell for in the group, and kind of give you the rundown of what we eventually get for them. But that's kind of how I do and how I list them. And then you have to go out on daily and look at your inventory. And there's programs that you can get and buy that help navigate your inventory for you, as far as like it'll price, kind of like the eBay thing said, hey, do you want to sign up for easy listing prices? So it'll navigate the price down for you, drop the price, should I say. So it'll compare to other people and it'll keep dropping the price. Or you can individually go in every day and look at your own prices, or once a week or whatever. I personally like to go in and individually look at my stuff daily or weekly, or however often you have to put towards your time in your store. But that's how you can kind of figure out what things are going for. But you just go look at all your items. And this is another reason why it's really important for why you don't get one of everything, and why it's really important that you can have 2, 3, 4, 5, and multiples of items. So if you find an item sells really well, that's why I'll try, if I'm at Goodwill or somewhere and I see that there's a bunch of something and I know it's going to go for a bunch of money, I'll buy like all of them. So you can always return some stuff, not to Goodwill, but like Walmart and Target, some places you can return if it's almost anything. but maybe not clearance. I don't know. So that's what we have. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. Drop them in the Facebook group. I'm so excited to share this with you. This is literally what I did to quit my job. And I would flip these items online. So you can make tons and tons of money flipping these items online for cash. So cool. I will see you in the next section.